Welcome back, Northern Michigan. I'm here with Justin Morgan from Morgan Composting, talking about food plots. And it's about that time of year. Yeah, I got to think about for the fall, for later in this year for hunting season. And this is our typical food plot. What, 4 years now, I think?
Yep.
And so far, looking good, right? We've mowed it down a little bit, but
yeah.
Okay.
Looks great. So before we mowed it down, I looked at it a couple weeks ago, and we had a few ferns popping up here.
Okay.
And that's the first thing I look for whenever I do a food plot, is if I have ferns, the pH isn't quite balanced. And until we get that pH balance, the nutrient can't really release and the seed can't really germinate. So we like to see that 6.2 to 7. Now you can pull a test on it if you want, but I just kind of use the ferns as my judgment. If you could see the big wall of ferns here, that's obviously low pH.
Right.
And then we want a balanced pH here. So we're gonna start with the bag of lime, just to bring that up a little bit.
Yep.
And then we're gonna put the food plot dew on here.
Okay.
So food plot dew, and we make that with dairy dew, and we bring humates in from North Dakota for carbon, and we get all the time what the difference between a 1919 and a 844 is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, what's the difference between food plot dew and say veggie dew?
Yeah, so the veggie dew is built for like raised beds and for vegetables. So the food plot dew is designed just for food plots. And we put carbon in there because typically in the soils that we're in right now currently are really low organic matter soils. So this is probably only like a 1 or 1.5 organic matter, which is fine. It's just normal soils in Michigan. So anytime we put a fertilizer on here, we want to tie that with carbon because it'll stay in our root zone. When you put like 1919 urea on there, it's salt-based fertilizer, and you put rain with that or water with that, it leaches through that.
Right.
Because you can only hold 1%, right? So on July 30th, I'm actually at Jay's doing a talk over there on food plots. If you want to know more about that, I'm gonna go a lot more detail than we can today. But if we could put that out there today, the food plot dew, work that in, that's gonna help really grow that root zone. And then also, we put minerals in there, and there's a lot of calcium in ours, so it helps grow more calcium in the ground, which puts more calcium in our plant, which is more bone growth, right?
And so the first step is gonna put down lime and food plot, right?
That's right, yep.
All right, so Justin, what are you doing right now?
We're putting the chisel plow on the back. We want to bust the sod up, and then like the food plot dew and the lime, we want to mix that in that top 8 inches if we can.
So Justin, we got Grandpa tilling it up. We're not going super deep now, are we?
No, so this is not, anytime you use a plot master, it's not a rototiller. This, you can see as it goes around, especially this front corner here, you can see them get a little deeper at a time.
Right.
We'll probably go 4 inches with this tillage equipment. Depends on your tillage equipment, depends on how deep you're gonna go. But the plot master, it does a good job, but you just gotta go over it a couple times.
Justin, looking good, nice and dark, right?
Oh, it's come a long ways in the last couple years, hasn't it?
It has, and it's looking beautiful. Next step here is just putting down seed, right?
Yeah, we gotta pick the right seed to get that big buck away from your neighbor.
There you go. And that's the important thing, and that's something we'll talk about next week, so stay tuned for those details.